In this video, we are going to talk about 3 things we do unknowingly that can make marriage hard. Stick around to the end, we have a bonus tip that will blow your mind.
So the first thing that we're going to address and talk about is expectations, and the expectations that we put on each other. We can have unrealistic expectations. To me, picking up your socks off the floor is a completely realistic expectation. However, putting that expectation on him, and let's say...
It's too much.
Let's say he doesn't pick them up right away. You know, in my timeline. Oh my gosh, Mark, seriously? Come on. My expectation would be that they don't go on the floor at all. My expectation would be that they just go into the hamper. But because that doesn't happen, rather than me getting frustrated, disgusting, maybe I need to look at my expectations of him.
Yes.
And he also needs to recognize my expectations, and somewhere we need to come into alignment and we need to come into a compromise. These unrealistic expectations will eventually lead to frustration. Frustration leads to conflict, and conflict, you know, now you're having a fight over socks on the floor. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Examine your expectations. Just because they're not doing what you want them to do does not mean that they're against you. We don't have the same brain. Not even close. Yes, when we get married, we become one, but we don't become one brain. Mm-hmm. Like, I still think a certain way, and she still thinks a certain way, and the battle is when I think she needs to think the way I do.
I found that I had expectations that, you know, there were things that maybe you wouldn't do when I wanted you to, or how I wanted you to, and I would get really frustrated, and I'm like, I don't understand, why can't you see this? And after a while, you know, we got to kind of take a step back and figure out, okay, this is why I don't feel that way, or this is why. It's like, oh, okay, I'm understanding now. And he was understanding, but it was conversation. And you don't talk about this stuff, it's all in the dark. When you bring things into the light, when there's that revelation that it's like, oh, when things are hidden, they can eat away at you. But so long as you talk about them and you get them out there, I'm telling you, conversation can go a long way.
The number 2 thing is singleness. I'm not talking about your individuality, okay, what makes you you. Yeah, we are both individuals, and that's what makes our relationship so much fun.
Because I'm in it.
Because you're in it, and you're an individual. But the singleness, right? I want to do what I want to do. I have my own things, my own dreams, my own this, my own that. That is going to be poison for your relationship. But you need to realize real quick, you're not single anymore. And so that single thinking has to go away. Where we grew up, there had been trains moving around all the time. And you would often see the train engine going down the tracks, followed by a whole bunch of train cars. And then at the very end, of course, you'd see the caboose coming through. You're in the engine, and there's a bunch of cars behind you. And at the very, very end, your spouse is in the caboose. You're on the same track, but like, you're not anywhere close to each other. Get in the same train engine together. The 2 of you being in the driver's seat together is what is really going to make a difference in your marriage.
And it doesn't mean that you have to, you know, you can't have a dream, or you can't go after things that you want. The difference is that now you're going after them together. You're not doing it on your own, and that's not a bad thing. When you have someone to support you and encourage you, and, you know, to cheer you on, you know, that I think is the greatest thing to have. I don't want to go through things by myself and, you know, struggle on my own. I want him to struggle with me.
Yeah. And then celebrate together.
Yes.
When you accomplish them.
The third thing that we're going to talk about is luggage. So when you go on a trip, a vacation, you always carry your luggage. If you move, you pack a lot of things that you got to take with you. You pack them up and bring them with you. You always get luggage. There's also life luggage. There's things that we carry around with us that we can't see, but experiences, good, bad, and otherwise, we're carrying them around with us. My, what big luggage you have.
We chose to call it luggage and not baggage. We didn't want to put such a negative connotation that she has a bunch of baggage or he has a bunch of baggage. No, we just have stuff that we're bringing with us, and it is what it is.
You know, whether it could be fear or anger, jealousy, all of these things, because of past things that have happened, you're bringing them with you. And now you need to deal with them. But the great news is that you get to deal with them together. You know, don't try to cover things up and, you know, because they're always going to be there. They're not going to go anywhere. Bring them into the light. When you talk to one another about this stuff, you can help one another through that. Share things with each other and then let it go.
All right, the bonus tip, the bonus suggestion that we have is stop trying to fix your partner.
Bam.
You need to work on you. If you can work on you, that's the only person you can really help. You can't fix them. You're not someone who's designed to fix another person. You can only work on you.
Unasked for advice can be taken as criticism. It can be hurtful to the person when you start saying, well, you should be doing this, and well, maybe you should do this. And yeah, and that's what it feels like. By working on yourself and being the best version of you that you can be, you know, that's really important. And watch what's coming out of your mouth, because what you speak, you will have.
Amen, sister.
Thanks so much to everyone that's been watching our videos, has been subscribing to our videos, and we've even been getting some feedback from couples, and it's so great to hear. So thanks so much, everybody.
If you enjoy this kind of content, please consider subscribing to our channel. Also, please leave a comment below. We would love to start a conversation with you.